Welcome back to the AI Boardroom. I'm VK. Today we are embarking on a 15-minute masterclass. This is for the enterprise leader ready to move past the hype and into the world of deterministic high-scale execution. We've moved beyond the wow phase. Now we are in the how phase. In this session, we will bridge the gap between technical possibility and boardroom reality. The fundamental shift we're witnessing in 2026 is the transition from simple generative AI asking a question and getting an answer to agentic AI systems of action. These are autonomous workflows that don't just chart, they execute. They move data across your ERP, CRM, and legacy systems to solve business problems end to end, effectively acting as an autonomous intelligence layer for your entire enterprise. For the C-suite, the urgency has never been higher. The window for experimentation is closing. Your board is no longer asking what is it, they are asking for the deterministic audit trail of your decisions and a clear path to multi-million-dollar ROI. If you're still stuck in pilot purgatory, you're not just falling behind, you're becoming irrelevant in a hyper-automated market. In the boardroom, speed is the new currency. To navigate this, we use my 4-layer value framework. Layer 1 is utilization, are people using the tools? Layer 2 is productivity, are they faster? Layer 3 is business outcomes, are we saving money? And layer 4, the ultimate goal, is strategic value, have we created a competitive moat? Most companies fail because they never move past layer 2. Today we focus on layers 3 and 4, the layers that define market leaders. Let's dive into use case 1, intelligent customer experience. In the enterprise, CX is the first line of defense. But traditional chatbots have failed us. They hallucinate, they're rigid, and they frustrate customers. We are replacing them with agentic AI resolution systems that understand intent, navigate complex policy, and have the authority act on behalf of the customer. These systems use the PrEP framework. Position the query, identify the role, execute the cross-platform workflow, and provide the proof. Imagine a customer querying a complex billing error. The AI doesn't just say, I can't help. It queries the billing system, verifies the contract, and executes the credit autonomously. This is the difference between a conversation and a resolution. It's about closing the loop without human friction. This is powered by Retrieval Augmented Generation or RAG. We ground the AI in your specific enterprise policies and customer data. Crucially, this happens in a private, secure environment. Your customer data never leaves your firewall, ensuring that you maintain the highest standards of data sovereignty while providing an intelligent, context-aware experience that feels personal because it is based on institutional truth. The business impact is staggering. We're seeing a 40% reduction in support costs, but for the strategic leader, the real win is the 15% increase in customer lifetime value. When you resolve an issue instantly and accurately, you've built a loyalty mode that no competitor can easily breach. You're turning a cost center into a strategic engine of growth and customer satisfaction. Use case 2, content and marketing at scale. In a world of infinite digital noise, average content is invisible. The C-suite challenge is localizing the brand voice across 50 markets without diluting the core identity. This is where GenAI becomes your creative force multiplier, allowing you to speak to everyone in their own language and cultural context while maintaining a singular global brand narrative. Then I call this the $200 strategy edge. We are using large language models to perform high-level creative and strategic work that used to take weeks and cost thousands in agency fees. We are not just translating, we are hyper-localizing. Cultural nuances, regional slang, and local compliance are baked in automatically, reducing your time to market from months to minutes. This is the ultimate competitive advantage for a global brand. Imagine deploying 10,000 unique creative variants in a single morning. Each one is tailored to a specific micro segment of your audience. This is mass personalization that was technically impossible 3 years ago. It's about being relevant to everyone, everywhere, all at once, without losing the thread of your global brand narrative. You're no longer broadcasting, you're conversing with the market. But how do you maintain integrity? By building deterministic guardrails. We feed the AI your brand specific Bible, your tone, your values, your forbidden words. The result is a system that can generate content at scale that feels more you than a junior copywriter ever could. It's about scaling excellence, not just scaling volume. You're industrializing your brand's creativity. Jan Use case 3, engineering productivity. This is the biggest untapped ROI in most global enterprises, especially those with large global capability centers or GCCs. We're moving from coding to architecting. We are eliminating the toil, the repetitive low value work that currently eats up 60% of your engineering budget. We are freeing your best minds to solve your hardest problems. The real strategic play here is legacy modernization. Gen AI can ingest millions of lines of COBOL, mainframe, or old Java code and map out the entire logic. It then generates the modern, cloud native architecture needed to replace it. This turns a 5-year migration nightmare into an 18-month strategic win, unlocking your data from legacy silos and positioning you for a decade of future innovation. We're seeing a 25% increase in developer velocity, but don't just measure lines of code, measure time to value. How fast can you ship a new feature that the market actually wants? That is the metric that moves the needle for the CFO and the board. AI allows your best engineers to spend more time solving business problems and less time fixing bugs. It's about shipping value, not just code. Use case 4, knowledge management. Your enterprise is sitting on a goldmine of unstructured data, PDFs, research papers, emails, and call recordings. It's institutional intelligence that's currently locked away. RAGI, Retrieval Augmented Generation, is the key to unlocking it, turning your passive documents into active, searchable knowledge that powers every decision in the firm. Imagine an internal oracle that every employee can query. It doesn't just search, it understands. It connects a 2018 market insight with a 2024 supply chain report to give you a synthesis that a human might never see. This is how you build decision intelligence across the entire firm, ensuring that everyone from the front line to the boardroom is working from the same source of truth. The critical factor here is deterministic execution. By grounding the LLM only in your private data, we eliminate hallucinations. Every answer includes a citation back to the original source document. This builds trust with your employees and ensures compliance with your internal audit teams. You're not just getting an answer, you're getting a verifiable fact that stands up to scrutiny. Finally, use case 5, supply chain and logistics. This is where Agentic AI moves from chart to action. In an increasingly volatile global market, your supply chain cannot be reactive. It must be predictive and eventually autonomous. It's about moving from managing disruptions to preventing them through real-time intelligence and autonomous execution. Imagine a system that detects a disruption in a major port and autonomously reroutes shipments, updates inventory levels in the ERP, and notifies affected customers, all without human intervention. This is predictive execution at scale. It protects your margins and your reputation. It's the difference between a broken promise and a seamless autonomous delivery. For the technical leaders, let's look at the architecture of 2026. We're talking about a multi-agent orchestration layer that sits above your data lake houses, whether that's Databricks, Snowflake, or AWS Redshift. These agents use tools like AWS Glue for autonomous data orchestration, ensuring that your AI is always fed with fresh, high-quality, and compliant data from across the enterprise. Success in automation requires the PrEP framework. First, position the problem within your business context. Second, define the role of the AI agent. Is it an analyst, an executor, or a monitor? Third, execute the cross-platform workflow using deterministic logic. And fourth, always require the proof, a verifiable audit trail of every action taken. This is how you govern the machine. Your AI is only as good as your data strategy. You need a unified data layer that can handle both structured and unstructured data at scale. This is where the data lakehouse paradigm comes in. By centralizing your intelligence, you're giving your AI agents a single high-definition view of your entire business operation, allowing for truly cross-functional insights.
We are moving from systems of record, like your ERP and CRM, to systems of action. In this new paradigm, the AI doesn't just record what happened, it decides what should happen next and executes it. This is the ultimate strategic advantage, an enterprise that can respond to market shifts in real time autonomously while your competitors are still reading yesterday's reports.
Governance is no longer a checkbox, it's a strategic pillar. In 2026, you need autonomous compliance monitors that oversee your AI agents in real time. This isn't just about risk mitigation, it's about building resilient AI. You must ensure that your systems are deterministic, auditable, and aligned with your ethical values at every step of the execution cycle. Now, a critical warning for every leader watching: the ROI gap. Many enterprises are trapped in pilot purgatory. They spend millions on experiments that never scale. The reason? They fail to set a baseline and they don't speak the language of the CFO. If you can't show measurable value in 90 days, your board will pull the plug. You must prove the case early and often. Gents, to secure your next round of AI funding, you must focus on these 5 CFO metrics. 1. Cost per outcome. How much cheaper is the AI resolution? 2. Revenue attribution. Is it driving top line growth? 3. Margin impact. 4. Payback period. How fast is the ROI? And 5. Scale efficiency. Can the system handle 10x the volume at marginal cost? These are the numbers that define success. Please. Looking ahead to 2025, regulators are going to ask you both 5 key questions. First, how are you governing non-human identities? Second, do you have a deterministic audit trail for every AI decision? Third, how do you mitigate reward hacking in autonomous agents? Fourth, is your compliance autonomous? And fifth, what is the ROI relative to the electricity cost? Are you ready with the answers? In a recent deployment using AWS Glue and Redshift, we delivered $3.5 million in annualized cost efficiencies. By automating the data pipeline with GenAI, we moved from manual ETL to autonomous data orchestration, unlocking value in weeks instead of months. This is the power of the systems of action approach in reality: measurable, scalable, and fast. Finally, let's talk about the talent paradigm. Technology is the engine, but your people are the pilots. The C-suite must lead a cultural shift toward AI augmentation. This isn't about headcount reduction, it's about skill elevation. You are reskilling your workforce to manage agents, interpret deterministic outputs, and lead with an AI-first mindset. This culture of experimentation is what separates the winners from the laggards in 2026. Jan, we've covered a lot today. From the 4-layer value framework to deterministic RAG pipelines and agentic execution using the PrEP framework. The roadmap is clear. Position your enterprise for success. Give your AI a clear role, execute with precision, and always show the proof. This is how you win in the age of AI. The strategic edge belongs to those who act with conviction and govern with clarity. The gap between the AI-first leaders and the laggards is widening every day. To keep your edge in the boardroom, stay ahead of these shifts. Subscribe to the AI Boardroom by VK for more deep dives. We'll see you in the next session where we'll explore the world of deterministic agentic AI. Keep leading with strategy and stay sharp. This is VK signing off. As we look towards 2026, the enterprises that will dominate are those that move from chat to action. We are entering the age of the autonomous enterprise, where your strategy is executed by a fleet of intelligent agents. This isn't just a technological shift, it's a fundamental reimagining of what an enterprise can be. The strategic edge belongs to those who act with conviction and govern with clarity. The difference between an AI pilot and a business revolution is conviction. Don't just implement, lead, don't just experiment, scale. Your competition is already architecting their future. At the AI Boardroom by VK, we give you the blueprints to ensure you're not just a participant in this revolution, but the architect of it. Strategy is the difference between a pilot and a revolution. Jan,